Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We do weekly tarot readings here. We do three videos a week at the moment. I might increase it, might not, don't know yet. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please follow me there too, because I do daily readings over on Instagram. Today we are doing a yes or no pick a card tarot reading. You can have more than one question, or you can just have one question. It doesn't really matter. You do you. We have 3 piles. We have pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. I'll give you a second to use your intuition to pick which pile you're drawn to. And then we're going to get straight into what we need to know. So let's see what's happening for pile number 1. Yes or no for pile number 1. Ooh. Pile number 1, this is a yes. I feel like you're working really hard on like building your life back up. You might have gone through like a long period of stagnation or isolation or like bad health, but I feel like you're on the road to recovery, but like you're on the road to recovery. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. You're on the road to recovery, but you're in a better place than I think you realise that you are. And I feel like you're following your heart this time. You know, you're trying to rebuild your life. You're trying to rebuild a legacy. You're trying to like get something for yourself. And I feel like the more you focus and the more you dedicate yourself to your purpose, to whatever it is you're trying to build for yourself here with the 10 of Pentacles, it's going to be successful. But you have to remain focused. You have to put your heart and soul, sweat, blood, tears, all of it into your purpose, or whatever it is that you're trying to build here for yourself. Maybe you feel like it's quite slow and you're not sure if you're on the right path, but you are. You just have to keep going. And I know sometimes like self-doubt can kind of like knock you off your flow, but yeah, we need to knock that self-doubt on the head, because we need to refocus. We need to like gain ourselves back, you know, like get back into our flow, get back on the ride and just get to what we're doing. I feel like the Queen of Swords as well was kind of like asking you to speak up, to talk about it, to like breathe life into what it is you're trying to do for yourself. Like she's ready to hear what you've got to say. She's ready to hear, you know, the pitch, the plan. Like she's ready to hear it. She wants you to talk about it. She wants you to breathe life into it. She wants you to literally put your heart, your life into whatever it is you're doing. And she wants you to bring it to the world and show people what the fuck it is that you've got going on. I also feel as well, like just going off track slightly as well, I feel like there could be a relationship that maybe is not really traditional, but maybe your family are a little bit unsure because it's not so traditional. But I feel like your family will see just how much you love each other, and they will give you your blessing. They will give you that blessing. I feel like they're not really used to seeing like the dynamics or the way that you do things. It's not the traditional sense of relationships and stuff. But when they see how much you love each other, like all of their concerns will go out the window and the blessings will be there. If you are confused about anything, pile number 1, if you are confused, the Queen of Swords is saying like, have those conversations. Because sometimes when you're sitting there and it's just going round and round and round in your head, it's actually getting more confusing. But if you write it down, or if you have conversations with people, you'll find that things will start making sense. But when you just leave it in your head just to like float around all the time, you can literally just cause more confusion, because you can't see it, like it's in your head. You can't actually physically see anything, or you know, like sometimes it's good to write things down or to have these conversations, because it allows you then to get it out. And usually once you do kind of get it out, shit starts to make sense. So if you're questioning whether or not to build this business, or I mean, I'm going to say business because that's what it feels like. If you're questioning whether to start the business, yes, start it. You got to understand as well that the road to success isn't straight. You know, it's up and down, and there's a lot of things you're going to learn on the process. So if you're expecting to start a business or whatever it is, and you're just expecting it to run smoothly, or your thought is, okay, I'm going to start a business and it's going to be like instantly take off. Some people are lucky, and yes, that does happen, but I'd say 90% of the world have to work hard to get shit going. For me, like when I've been a hairdresser for over like 20 years, but when I first went into like my main long-term like salon that I worked in and became the manager of, it took me at least 5 years to have a full column of constant people coming back and stuff. It doesn't happen overnight. Like these things, they take time. You know, you've got to build up your name, you've got to show people your skills, what you're capable of. You know, you've got to put yourself into what you're doing so people can see what you're up to, and then they'll just start coming. They'll start seeing your work and they'll just start showing up. But things don't happen overnight. Anything worth having or anything worthwhile takes time. And if it's like a client-based business where it's like more kind of like one-on-one client-based and stuff, it's going to take time. Like those kind of things take time because people have got to learn you. People have got to trust you. People have got to believe in you as well, you know. So, you know, just keep going. Keep believing in yourself. People will see how good you are because of what you can do. Like your skill speaks for itself. Advertise yourself a little bit more, maybe. I mean, don't shove shit down people's throats because that's really annoying. But, you know, let people know you're starting a business, or, you know, if you already have a business, let people know, like hand out cards maybe or something. Just start advertising yourself and what you're, you know, what you can do and all that kind of stuff. But pole number 1, this is a yes. If it's business, it's, yep, put your heart, blood, sweat, tears, all of that into it. It's time to start like pitching your ideas to people and stuff, your plans. Start showing people what your skill is, what you're able to do. You know, maybe set up an Instagram or a YouTube to show people what you can do. Or if you have a business, start, you know, I don't know, do something to let people know what you're doing. If it is about a relationship and it's not very traditional, I wouldn't worry about what other people think, because like I said, when people see how much you love each other and how much you have each other's backs, like everybody else's self-doubt, or not self-doubt, everybody else's worries and stuff about your relationship will just go out the window, and you will have the blessings that you want to have. And I know people say, oh, you shouldn't give a fuck about what anybody else says, but when it's your family, like, you have to take in a little bit of consideration, you know, because they're your family and you're going to spend your life with them. So, you know, I'm not saying like dump someone because your family says so. I'm saying show people what your relationship is like so they can see just how good it is, you know. Anyway, pole 1, I feel like I just went on a mad one. Let me know if that resonated in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's see what's happening for pole number 2. Pole number 2, yes or no? Pole number 2, this is a yes, but I feel like for you guys, like you've got to go off on your own little journey for a little bit. I feel like you've got to take yourself away from whatever it is that's stressing you out, and you've got to like, you just got to find yourself again at the moment. To get to this Empress energy where you're just like on your shit, running your whatever it is you want to run, just even in yourself, you know, like being the best that you can be. You've got to go off on your own, and you've really got to, like, I feel like pile number 2, you've really got to, like, soul search. It's like a soul searching journey for you, I feel like. I feel like you're defensive, because I feel like at the moment for pole number 2, I feel like you're defensive because everything for you right now is in question. Your faith, your beliefs, everything that's happening in life for you seems to feel like it's in question, and it's making you feel on edge and unsure, and you're just full of self-doubt maybe, and you don't really know what's what, you don't really know what you believe in, you don't really know what this is, and But you see, when these things happen, pole 2, this is what the Hermit's saying. When these things happen, it's time to go inward. It's time to go inward. It's time to hear what you're talking about, because sometimes we can get so caught up in what other people are saying that we don't actually hear our own voice and our own intuition and our own instincts and stuff. So you're being asked to, like, just kind of like step back, go on your own little journey, figure out who you are, figure out what it is that you really believe in. And that will lead you to this Empress energy. It's almost like, I want to say, like, get out of your own way, because I feel like you keep going back to certain situations that you know are going to make you defensive. And I feel like going back to these situations is constantly, and you know, and I feel like you know this deep down inside as well, that no matter how many times you go back, nothing is going to change. Because that's your relationship with that person, you know. Like, you might be able to change for about a week or 3, and then you'll just fall back into the same pattern, because that's how your relationship is with that person. That's the triggers that you trigger off in each other. That's how the dynamic will always be, because you're just going to keep triggering each other. It doesn't have to be a partner, it can be family, friends, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But you know, some relationships, they're just constant triggers. And that's just the dynamic, and things will never change, because that's just how it is between the two of you. So instead of, like, repeating cycles, the Hermit is saying, listen, let's step away from this situation. Let's just step away from everything that's just making us feel defensive, and let's just go inward. Yeah, let's just figure out who we are. Let's just get ourselves right, so we don't keep giving our power away to these people that have these carrots hanging over our heads and stuff, you know, like taking control and stuff. Like, be in control of yourself. Like, it's time to I feel like there's a question similar to, like, will I be okay, or am I on the right path? Or, like, I feel like the question is very similar to that, in the sense of like a very soul searching kind of question. And the answer is yes, you are on the right path. Whether or not you've been through some shit experiences in life, and, you know, you've been up and down and all this kind of stuff, it's all of those things that you've been through that are making you the person that you came here to be. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, those experiences that were painful and stuff are showing you your worth. They're showing you who the fuck you are, what you will tolerate, what you don't want to tolerate. Like, everything, believe it or not, is a blessing. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise, and it might take a little while for you to get it, but one day you will get it. One day you will understand why you went through what you went through. And usually the whole point in us being here in this whole journey is to come back to ourselves, to learn who we are, and to just be who we are, who we were born to be. Not what we're conditioned to be, not what society wants us to be, not what any, like, who we are at our core. And to do that, we have to sometimes go into a state of isolation, and we have to kind of, like, cut the world off for a little bit, just to kind of hear our own voice, hear our own truth, understand who we are, what we want, you know, and not be influenced by outside noise. But yes, you are on the right path. It is going to be a path of going inward for you at the moment, and figuring out who you are and what you're here to do. And, you know, because we have our collective purpose and then we have our soul purpose, so you're going to figure out what that is. But to do that, you have to kind of step back and step away from a lot of stuff to figure out who you are and what it is that you're here to do and what it is you want to do and what kind of life you want to be living and all that kind of stuff. So the Hermit says, pile number 2, it's time to go inward. It's time to soul search. It's time to actually take a look at the lessons that we've learned from all the stuff we've been through. And you will come out of this, like you will come out of this on top. There's no other way. You will come out of this on top. Sometimes our knees have got to hit rock bottom, and you know, when you hit rock bottom, it's up from there. Pile number 2, let me know if this resonated for you, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's see what's happening for pile number 3. Pile number 3. This is a yes. I feel like you're trying to manifest something. I feel like you're actually waiting for something to come towards you. I feel like for a while you've kind of had this idea or this thing that you've been trying to create, and I feel like you've been waiting on something. But the waiting is going to be over, because the 8 of Wands here is just going to come flying in, and it's just kind of like the moment that you set it in stone, like shit is going to take off real fast. If some of you are waiting to hear back from someone, they will be coming. They will be coming in. They will either text, call, whatever it is. If you're waiting to hear, you will receive the call or the message or whatever it is. They are coming in. They are going to speak to you. They are going to have this conversation, this long-awaited conversation. Some of you are having a lot of, I don't know how to word it, like mentally, I feel like overstimulated. Like there's a lot going on. There's a lot that you want to create. There's a lot, but it's like when you've got so much going on, say like you've got 5 things that you really want to, like, you know, work on and build and create. It's almost like spreading yourself thin, you know, like how many places can you put your focus in? So it's almost like prioritize. What takes priority? Focus, you know, focus on one thing at a time. Because if you're focusing on 5 things at one time, you're not really putting all of your focus in to anything, really, are you? I feel like some of you are starting to realise that that whole, what's the words I'm looking for? Like the reflection, right? How you feel about yourself is what you're going to attract. You know, if you feel like shit, chances are you're going to meet people that are just going to confirm what you already feel about yourself. You're starting to see patterns of, you know, as within, so without, or like mirror effects and stuff, like reflections, and what are you putting out there in the world and what are you receiving in the world? Because if you're putting out in the world love and all this kind of stuff, and all you're receiving is, I don't know, not the same, then it might be time to really look at what you are actually putting out in the world, or what it is that you actually feel within yourself. Because you might think you're putting love out in the world, but if inside there is no love, you don't love yourself, you're not on top of your game or whatever it is, then like, how can what you're saying then be true? Do you know what I mean? It's like a vibration. Like, don't know how to say what I'm saying. It's the vibration, you know, like if you say, oh, I love you, but behind that, you actually don't, like the vibration, and it's like, it's off. So what are you putting out there? What is the inward vibration that you're feeling? Is it love? Are you being authentic to yourself? If you've noticed that, you know, you're saying it's all love and light, but all you're attracting is shadow and dark and all this kind of madness, then that could be a great reflection of how you actually truly feel within yourself, if that makes any fucking sense whatsoever. I feel like I didn't do that no justice, but hopefully it made sense in some way. Yeah, I don't feel like I can put that in any better way, shape or form. I can't find the words. Yeah, I really just hope that made sense though. But pile number 3, this is a yes, even though it seems a bit like meh, it is a yes, because you know what you have been putting together, what you have been building and stuff, it is going to show up. And you know, the moment that you kind of put your foot on it, or you kind of like you solidify it, or whatever the word is, like it's going to move really fast. So pile number 3, let me know if that resonated at all for you in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.